The internet is one of those things that we use without really thinking about. Sometimes we even take it for granted. Nowadays we play games, stay social, and date using it so that we lose track of just how cautious we need to be on the internet. Let's look at 5 of the most horrible catfish stories of those who weren't very cautious using the internet. Number 1. This is a story about how cyberlove can simply blind someone. There was a man in the state of Illinois who'd been in an online relationship for 2 years. And in this online relationship, he had wired thousands of dollars to his alleged girlfriend for numerous things. And the man thought nothing of it until his girlfriend had asked the man for an amount of money for the reason that she'd gotten kidnapped in London. Doing his boyfriend duties and being genuinely worried, he summoned the police to ask for their help. When he tried to explain this kidnapping story to the police, they instantly knew what was going on. The police notified him that scams like this go on all over the world, and the money he sent wiring to her was money going to various bank accounts. The police stated that the girlfriend was more than likely a Nigerian person trying to scam people out of money, although the man had a hard time believing that his girlfriend was a scammer or even Nigerian. Number 2. Manti Te'o was a famous linebacker for Notre Dame University who was a victim of a catfish. He even went so far as to dedicate one of his successes to his deceased girlfriend named Lene Kekua. They had met in 2009 and had a relationship that lasted for 2 years. What Manti Te'o didn't know was that he was being catfished by a man named Ronanaya, who happened to be 22 years old at the time. This man had made an attempt to kill off his alter ego, Lene Kekua. All this time, Manti thought his relationship had been truly real, and that the love of his life truly did die. Manti mentioned Lene's death in an interview, and after that interview was when sources had mentioned that there were no records of her name found anywhere or even existed. When that happened, he realized that he'd been caught up in a hoax, and eventually that is when Ronanaya admitted to being behind the scheme, using a falsetto female voice and a fake profile picture. Number 3. Paula Bonham from Los Angeles met a deceiving woman named Jana St. James from Illinois. Jana was posing online as a man named Jesse Jubilee James, who was a volunteer firefighter and was from Colorado, as well as an avid animal lover. Now keep in mind that this Jana, aka Jessie, was the same one who told Paula that Jessie really loves and cares for her. Apparently gifts were exchanged and Paula admitted to spending $10,000 on gifts. The downside would be that every time arrangements were made with Paula and Jessie to meet, something would happen that made Jessie not get to see her in person, until one day he allegedly died from liver cancer. That was the day that Jana went with Paula to Jessie's favorite place and was revealed that Jana was actually Jessie. Paula was so upset she tried suing Jana in court. Number 4. A woman who had recently gone through a divorce due to a physical fight with her ex-husband. She then started online dating and met a man who she seemed to have much in common with. She then confided in him about their recent marriage troubles, and she even let him see her on webcam. She also told him about her planning on getting a protection order in court, but he ended up convincing her not to do it. After the convincing, she ended up seeing more of her ex-husband in the places that she ended up going. She thought that the only person who knew where she was going was her boyfriend, but that was not the case at all. After she searched for herself, she figured out that her new boyfriend was her ex-husband who happened to be obsessive. She ended up going through with the divorce and getting the protective order, and her ex-husband now has stalking charges as well. Number 5. In the New York Observer was an article about how a woman named Emily Slutsky lured 3 men into believing that she was really a man named Ethan Schumann. Now, Ethan has excuses of why he can't meet these women in person, such as having esophageal cancer, being robbed, and even being injured in a car accident. Slutsky tried to do a lot of things to keep her identity as Ethan, but when her cover was blown, she stated that she was disconnected from reality and that she was using Ethan to handle her personal issues, and that she would be done with impersonating. 2 years later, she became another man, but sadly for the real Ethan Schumann, he had to remove himself from social media in order to avoid misunderstandings and confrontations. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit subscribe for more videos.